Chapter 15, Avoiding Generic Use. In the last few years, more and more brands have added a generic product or category name following their brand name on packaging. The first brand to do this extensively, as far as I'm aware, was Kleenex. Their packaging, if you look closely at a box of their tissues, says Kleenex brand tissues every time they use the word Kleenex, to make it clear that Kleenex is not the name for all tissues and to help people avoid using the Kleenex brand name generically. Some brands simply use the term brand after their brand name or trademark the word trademark for the same purpose. This is a good strategy for big brands that may risk becoming so much a part of the lexicon that their brand shifts towards possibly becoming generic, which could result in the loss of trademark protection. When rollerblades first exploded in popularity, they risked such treatment, as many consumers were unaware that there were other brands competing to make the broader category of products called inline roller skates. Rollerblades was just one brand of inline roller skates. Did you know that Frisbee, Jacuzzi, Jet Ski, Kleenex, and Popsicle are all registered trademarks today? Still, many people misuse all of those terms to refer to an entire category of goods. All tissues are not Kleenex brand. A brand name that becomes generic is much less profitable and less valuable and less protected under the law. Here are some examples of popular brands that do a nice job of ensuring that their trademark does not become an unprotectable generic term because they include the generic term or something else to modify the brand name when they use it, such as Frappuccino blended coffee from Starbucks or Play-Doh modeling compound. Poland Spring on their labels, you can see, uses Poland Spring brand. There are many other examples. You will find them in your own product research. And if you do find some great ones, feel free to leave me a comment. I'd love to hear more examples. Now, let's also talk about some creative ways to use a trademark. One of the coolest ways I've seen a client use their trademark is to use it backwards. Trademarks, of course, are valuable because they help consumers know of and about a business's brand, products, or services. So, trademarks should be used in a manner that relates to and it is visible to the relevant customers. If your customers might encounter your trademark in their rearview mirror, for example, then it makes perfect sense to display your trademark backwards on the front of company vehicles. So our client slogan, "If you can't, we can," for repair and plumbing and contractor services is printed backwards on the front of their work vehicles by Michael and Son. It's always a fun treat for me when I see that one of their many trucks out and about in the neighborhood near the office or near my house. And you can see the image there that I snapped one day of what that looks like on the front hood backwards. There are many other ways that you, as a brand owner, can use your trademark. In fact, I've got a special video queued up for you now to tell you about 50 ways to use your trademark. And this video comes from my Tricks of the Trademark podcast, which is available on audio on iTunes and Spotify and elsewhere, and available every week on video at ericpelton.tv or my YouTube channel. Just look up Eric Pelton. Clients ask all the time, now that I've got my trademark protected or registered, how do I use it? Where do I use it? The answer for me is relatively straightforward. It's everywhere, anywhere you want. There are many, many different places and ways to use your trademarks. Now, perhaps you only have one core trademark, or perhaps you're building a portfolio and helping create an entire synthesized brand. Using your trademark in multiple places consistently and in a variety of different manners, but again, consistently in how you use it, is a key tool in helping to strengthen that brand and really help connect and resonate with customers. This is based on one of my favorite blog posts from many years ago, which is based on one of the great classic rock songs by Paul Simon, Simon and Garfunkel, 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. I've got 50 ways to use your trademark. And I'm going to read through this quickly. And some of these might not apply to your type of business, but I'm certain that within these 50 ways, there are at least a dozen or 24 ways that might apply to your business. And maybe you'll spark an idea for how to further use your trademark or trademarks based on these 50 ways. So you could use it on your website, on your letterhead, on business cards, on note cards or thank you cards, on refrigerator magnets, in your email signature line, of course, is a great place, on a building sign, on the awning at the front door of a building, in lights. I've actually seen some brands that have a lighting display that shows their trademark and their brand name, in stickers, on envelopes, on banners that you use at events or conferences, on your internet advertisements, product placements in film and television, on your videos, like this one here, on your Facebook page. How about on your YouTube banner for your video channel, on Pinterest, on your Twitter profile page, on welcome mats at the entrance to your office, in connection with your domain name registrations, as an icon for an app, on your LinkedIn profile banner, on shirts that you give away or staff uses, on hats that you give away or sell or staff uses, on coffee mugs. Believe it or not, I don't have my Eric M. Pelton and Associates coffee mug for once with me. On pens and pencils, a common giveaway. On seed packets. This was a fun promotional giveaway that I've done over the years. On other promotional products in general. On conference giveaways. On tote bags. By framing your trademark registration certificate and hanging it in the office or on the wall. On invoices. On receipts. On checks. Very few people maybe pay by check anymore, but on e-checks, maybe you can add a logo too these days. On media kits. On folders where you might distribute information or brochures. On travel bag tags. That's always a fun giveaway or fun use that I've seen, particularly for business travel. On a blog page. As a watermark embedded on stationery or photos. In print advertising. Embedded in photos that you post on your website or elsewhere so that people know the source of those photos. On the sides of your delivery or work trucks, if that applies to your industry. On employee uniforms. When giving out company awards or when giving out certificates of achievement. On tattoos. Yes, some people actually get tattoos with their business logo on it. More common is temporary tattoos that I've seen with that. On car wraps or truck wraps. Those are fun. My wife's restaurant, for example, has a delivery catering van that they have wrapped and has their logo all over the side of it, of course. And finally, in internet keywords on your website, in the coding to help attract traffic related to your brand. Those are 50 or more ways that you could use your trademark. There are many others. Hopefully you found some new ideas there. If you want to discuss your overall brand and protection for it, you know how to find me at ericpelton.com.